Oh, hi, folks. Special greetings to all of you from the Snow City inside Canada. As you are aware, we actually have a program today, and this program is geared towards just educating ourselves, sharing information that will make us better. Just a minute. Uh, just a minute. Okay, bro, are you there?
Yes, please.
Check you nuke wo WhatsApp Amazon wadora. Yeah, Joshua. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. You welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, it's like your line is your voice is delaying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your voice is delaying.
Um,
Your voice is delaying. I don't know what's the hiccup there.
all right. There may be network, not very strong.
Can you please check and
So let
see?
me quickly. All right, let me do that.
Can you hear me now, Joshua? Yeah, Joshua. Can you hear me? Yeah, Joshua. Hello. Hello, Joshua. Can you hear me? Yeah, Joshua.
Sorry,
Yeah, Josh.
I think I can hear
Okay.
you now.
How are you?
I can hear you now.
But you are I can't see you on the stage. I can't see you.
Okay. Okay. I think
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. Welcome back. I believe you can hear me clearly now.
I can hear you clear and loud.
Okay, but just that your picture on the screen is still, it can't move.
Uh,
Okay, let's move on.
Uh,
Once you can hear me, that's the most important thing. So let's move on
all
because
right.
we have some people here who are already watching us. So let's move on.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, hi folks. Let me welcome you once again to Teachers Diary. This is a program we use to educate ourselves. We learn from each other. We share ideas on what we can do to become important people in our society. So today's topic is faith without a plan. Is it hope or we are risking ourselves? Because most of the times you hear a lot of us say God will do it. A lot of us are praying. Sorry, a lot of us are praying, but we don't really have any planning aside the praying that we've been doing in our homes, in the churches, in the mosque, in the shrines, and what have you. So today we just want to see what exactly we can do aside the prayers that we've been praying to ensure that we'll be able to achieve our dreams. And the guest on the program today is Mr. Joshua Fenuku Viuga. He's an educator, he's a teacher, he's a pastor, he's an inspired speaker, and he's a proprietor of Josvik Academy. It's a preparatory school in Pando from with kindergarten to primary. And the school is actually progressing. So if you are in Pando, you should actually enroll your kids, your wards in his school. The school is located in Pando Konda. One good thing about his school is that he's next year you'll be this in introducing a professional program. These programs will be able to build build your skills to be able to work well in your school, in your bank, in your church, or what have you. The program will be centered towards capacity building. That is what his school will be about. This is the second phase of his school will be about next year. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Bismarck.
I hope you are doing very well.
The grace of God is very sufficient to me and your end.
We, by God's grace, I'm well too. All right. Well,
We thank God.
because you are a teacher, let me ask this question. You are a teacher and you are a
Mm.
proprietor of a school as well. So let me ask this question. How will you explain faith to a class 3 pupil?
Mm. All right. Thank you so much, Bismarck, for this question. And then, warm greetings to all listeners and those who are viewing us from all over the world.
Mm,
Faith is confidence
mm,
that drives our action.
okay.
It's not a belief that
Mm,
replaces effort. So
okay.
faith is confidence that drives actions. And
Okay.
I'm adding that it is not a belief that replaces effort. Once you have faith, it helps you to perform a particular action or task. Faith cannot work without an action or its appropriate action.
Okay. So it's just a belief, internal something that drives you believe that something will work, right? If I've taken that as the key point in what you have said. Am I right?
Yeah, that kind of confidence that drives your action.
Mm,
So the reason for which you do something is because you believe what you are doing.
okay. Okay.
Take an action, then it means you don't have belief if you are the first place.
Okay.
This
So
afternoon's program,
mm,
we believe we are going to impact the world. That is why
okay.
we have taken an action to start this program.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, does it mean that without action, what we believe in wouldn't be able to happen?
Exactly. If you don't take action to back what you believe in, then you are still at square zero. Then nothing will move for you. Because you see, planning is a faith that is wearing work clothing. So if you plan, you have to take an action. So once
Mm-hmm.
you believe, you begin, then you become. If you permit me, I'll repeat myself.
You can feel
You
free.
believe, you believe that is a faith. Then you begin. Then as you begin, then you become what you believe in.
All right. Now,
Mm.
based on what you have said, there are people who believe that having faith in God would be like 50% or 80% of doing the work. But people also believe that when you plan, it makes you to be able to accomplish that easily. Does it mean that those who are planning and or those who are taking action based on what we have said, those who are taking action with this thing, their belief, don't trust that God is going to do it for them?
All right. So belief alone is not enough, neither is plan alone enough.
Okay.
The belief must accompany planning and action.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to give percentage to them, but the two go hand in hand.
Okay.
Even if planning is 1%,
Mm,
it's still necessary for to complete belief that will be your 99%.
okay.
And in the other way around, if your faith will be 99%, you still need action to make it 100%. So the two go hand in hand, and you cannot do one without the other.
Okay. So, based on what you have said, so at which point in our lives shall we say that your belief is now becoming a risk?
Wow, that's a very sensitive question. Your belief will become a risk when you ignore wisdom, you
Okay.
ignore planning, then you trust in God. I'll term this kind of trust in God as reckless trusting in God.
Okay.
Your belief become a risk when you ignore planning, when you ignore wisdom, when you ignore taking action, and you are only believing. That is reckless believing in Christ, and nothing will move.
Wow. This is deep.
Mm.
So, let's take it from this way.
All right.
We have our brother Adenyo Godwin watching from Pando right now.
All right.
Let's assume that Mr. Adenyo has a strong belief
Mm.
of setting up a business in 2026.
All right.
He's been praying to God about it, and God has actually revealed to him that that business will work if he
Mm.
has started.
Mm.
What will be the first thing he needs to start doing the very moment God has revealed to him that that dream of setting up a business will be something that will change his life?
One, planning.
Okay.
Now, this plan is very broad.
All right.
You plan by consulting people who are already doing what you want to do.
Okay.
You learn under them.
All right.
You ask them questions.
Mm-hmm.
After you have gathered enough information,
Mm-hmm.
then you begin. Then eventually you become. So there are three B here. Belief. The first B is belief.
Mm-hmm.
Then you begin. So but between belief and begin is planning, is consultation, is becoming a mentee to a mentor who is doing what you want to do. So
Okay.
between belief and began has a gap that must be closed by planning, by consultation, by learning, by gathering information. Then you move to begin.
Okay.
Then from begin, there's a gap between begin to becoming. A lot of hard work, disciplined, applying wisdom, sacrifices. then you eventually become. So belief, begin, then you become. But each of them have a gap that need to be closed.
So, based on the scenario I have given,
Mm.
at what point do you need to stop gathering information and start putting the information into action, into becoming?
There's no particular point that you must stop gathering information. Gathering information is like learning, and learning has no end.
Mm-hmm.
But once you gather an information that you are convinced
Mm-hmm.
that you now have some basis, you
Okay.
begin anyway.
Okay.
You see, when you begin, there will be challenges.
Okay.
Then once you begin, then you solve them as they come.
Okay.
So you cannot finish gathering all your information and say, okay, now I've finished gathering all the information. I don't need any other information again. And information here means learning. No, there's no end to learning. So once you are convinced that I had the basis to start this, you start anyway. But despite the amount of, irrespective of the amount of the information you gather, there will still be challenges. And once they come, you solve them, then you move on. But once you never begin, you will never see some of the challenges. They will never surface.
Okay. Let me narrow this thing down to some of the people I hear on Facebook.
All right.
They have a dream. They have gathered information based on what you have just said. They've gathered all the information. They know exactly what is expected of them to start pursuing that dream. After
Yeah.
gathering all the information, sometimes they lose the faith they had before they started seeking for the information. What should push people so that after gathering the information, they put the information into practice? Or how can we ensure that the information that we've been able to gather will put it into work?
That is dream. Dream is the end product of what you want to begin. It must be the force behind your action. So you dream to become a medical doctor. You have gathered all the information necessary how to enroll yourself to become a medical doctor. You bought the form. You never have the money to pay your school fees. Your focus should not be left on the medical doctor you want to become.
Okay.
Then you will now seek for assistance. You seek for sponsorship. There'll be a lot of ways you try. Some of them will fail. Once your focus is still on your dream, that is the becoming, that is a drive enough to keep you focused. One of the things I wanted to do on the land here is to grow Joseph Academy to become a worldwide university.
Okay.
I've not become yet. I've just begun. I'm striving. Challenges are coming. I am solving them. I've not become what I want to become, but my focus is still on my university. However, I start with a basic school.
Now, you see, you have given us something. So tell us the practical steps. Tell us the practical steps people need to take one after the other to be able to. You have just given us a scenario of what you want to do. So tell us the general practical steps people must take to be able to do that.
Okay, so this will be some suggested ways because there are a lot of ways to achieve whatever you want to do. So what I will outline will not be the only way out.
Okay.
So let me use Joseph Academy for instance.
Okay.
Before I start Joseph Academy, because I'm a professional trained teacher, I've started first and foremost by doing extra classes with people.
Okay.
That way, I am trying to let people know that I can do teaching aside the normal classroom teaching they know for me. So I do classes for people. From doing classes, I moved to assist private schools that are already doing well. I offer myself to them free of charge, sometimes for peanuts. I'm rendering my service, my skill, my knowledge to them. But the reason behind this is to learn. To learn to manage what they're already doing, which I'm about to do. Then from there, I also educate myself on the job. So, using my own as an example, you must first offer your service to people about what you want to do. Sometimes, even for nothing, sometimes for peanuts. In so doing, you make people aware of your potential. I always give this scenario. You come to me and you are looking for, let me quote in Ghana city, 10,000 Ghana city to start selling used clothing that we call popularly in Ghana as Bloniwau. If you receive that 10,000 Ghana city and you went in for so that used clothing will be with you for a very long time. Nobody will buy. But you can start by using a very little amount to buy 2 or 3 of the used clothing from other people who are already selling it, pass it around, market it, then people will now know that this is what you are doing. Then if you progress by using large amount of money to buy the used clothing in large quantity, already you have some customers to start with. So it is at risk, for instance, to go for a large amount of money to start a business without you testing it with using a few amount of money. So before I start my school, I started my classes. I handled 1 person. I moved to 2. I moved to 5. I moved to 10. From there, I moved to managing schools that are already doing well before I start my own. By so doing, I've gathered enough information and experience.
Wow. 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 So you first need to start from what you are doing and be taking it step by step, right?
Exactly.
Mr. Fenuku, in all these things, what are some of the habits that we need to always put in place? What are some of the daily habits that we need to have in doing what you have just stated during these planning stages, gathering the information and becoming? What are some of the daily habits?
Number 1, prayer. The God
Okay.
factor can never be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can succeed on the planet Earth
Mm-hmm.
without a spirit backing you.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of spirits. However, the one I will recommend for you is the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So prayer by inviting Holy Spirit. Planning. You must plan.
Mm-hmm.
In your planning, you must budget. How much will it cost you to do that you want to do? After you budgeted, you must be disciplined. Discipline yourself. In fact, you can never lead any business if you cannot lead yourself. So you must be disciplined, be bound by time and the things you do. Then next, you must acquire enough skills. You build yourself up, acquiring skills. And finally, you must be very hard working and never plan to quit until you fulfill your dream.
This is deep. But you see, you mentioned the word discipline, right?
Yeah.
And the God factor.
Mm.
And you said the God factor should be seeking the Holy Spirit. Am I right? So, why is it that many of us are comfortable waiting on God's miracle? We wait on God. We are praying, we are waiting on God. But we feel uncomfortable disciplining ourselves to be able to get what we are seeking from God. Where is this mindset coming from, and how can we avoid it?
A very interesting and wise question you have asked. You see, miracle does not involve being disciplined, does not involve budgeting, does not involve hard work. So people are comfortable in waiting on God for something to happen. So they fold their arms and say, I've prayed and I know I'll become big tomorrow. That is very simple. There's no need for planning. There's no hard work. There's no discipline. So why people think that prayer is enough is that it is a comfortable thing to do. Just after prayer, they fold their arms. But beyond prayer come discipline. Beyond prayer come hard work. Beyond prayer come budgeting. Beyond prayer come planning. Beyond prayer come developing yourself and acquiring skills. That is why people think prayer is the most easiest thing to do, because they don't want to discipline themselves and hard work in addition to it.
Ah. What you are saying is hard hitting. But let me ask again.
Yeah.
People tell us every day, seek God, do the work, and be disciplined.
Mm.
Let me ask this question because you are a teacher.
Okay.
What exactly is this discipline we are talking about? Sometimes life can be so frustrating, you see, especially when you are waiting on miracles. You've been praying, you've been doing the work, but the results are not showing. How can we discipline ourselves so that we'll not be frustrated in the midst of all these things? What is that discipline that you have just spoken about?
Well, so discipline here means the ability to be consistent even when you are facing challenges.
Okay.
So consistency is part of the discipline.
Mm,
Delaying your gratification is also part of the discipline. Living in an uncomfortable situation,
mm,
yet to still pursue your dream. Inconveniencing yourself
mhm.
is part of the discipline. And desiring to achieve your result at all cost is part of the discipline. So once you pursue your dream, you must be consistent. Once you pursue your dream, you must discomfort yourself. Discomfort your pleasure, your sleep, your comfort zone, your time. And you must inconvenience yourself. Don't allow anybody to inconvenience you. Inconvenience yourself. Then with all this one, you are disciplining yourself. Aside these things, it is difficult to discipline yourself, because anytime you talk about discipline, you see, let me take it to our school system. A
Okay.
teacher who says he's disciplining a child, it means he's not going to allow the child to do his or her will.
Mm,
So to discipline yourself here means that you don't allow yourself to do your will. There are some things that are very comfortable to you. Oh, let me sleep small. Oh, the money I have now, let me go out with some friends and buy some things. Let's drink, let's chill up, as we say in Ghana. But to discomfort yourself, it means that this money I have, yet there's a budget for it. There's a dream
mm.
attached to this money. You deny yourself of that pleasure. That is discipline.
Wow.
Mm.
Let me ask this question.
All right.
Many of us are prayerful.
Mm.
Christians, Muslims, and what have you, we are
Mm.
prayerful.
Mm.
We've been praying to God for financial breakthrough.
Mm.
And we know very well that every dream has a cost to pay.
Mm.
That cost to pay is what you have just referred to as delaying your gratification.
Yeah.
But many also believes that just do the work. God will take care of the rest. Do you think that it's based on a cultural setting, lack of early education on faith, planning, and becoming? Do you think our cultural setting has some negative role or negative impact in some of this?
Mm. Our culture. Well, to some extent,
Mm.
You see, let me give you a practical example now.
Okay.
Where you are, in Canada.
Yeah.
If I need money right now, and I said, my brother, I need some money to do something in Ghana,
Okay.
you are going to send me which currency do you use there?
We use dollar here.
All right. So you are going to send me dollars.
Yeah.
Why not CD? You don't have CD at your place.
Yeah.
I must receive the dollar, convert it into the CD to
Mm.
be used here. So when you pray to God for money,
Mm-hmm.
there's no money in God. There's no money in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
In heaven, they don't use any currency as in dollars, CFA, CDs.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't use money in buying things. So once you pray that God, I need money, what God does for you is to give you an idea, is to open a door for you, is to show you a direction. So if you ask whether our culture have any role to play, to some extent, yes. Because we think that once we act, God will do. Indeed, God will do, but whatever God will give you, you must convert it into usable form. God will give you an idea. The idea is not the money you're looking for. You convert the idea into money. God will give you an open door. You convert the open door into money if it is money you are looking for. So once you send dollars from Canada to me here, it will become useless until I convert the dollars into Ghana city, a usable form.
So based on what you said, God give you the idea, you doing the planning, then turning that into a usable form. Why is it difficult for us to plan?
Because it is a responsibility on us, no more on God. We want to shift everything to God to do for us. But you see, why God made us, give us brain, give us mind, give us body, spirit, and the soul, is because we have a responsibility to perform. Once you don't have any responsibility to perform, you wait on God, then you now say, God have disappointed you. In the Bible, God let us know Jesus was teaching his disciples actually concerning planning. Permit me to go a bit biblical to support my argument. Am I permitted to do so?
Please do.
All right. All right. God was teaching on planning. Then he explained and told his disciples that if any of you say you have faith, then you wanted to build a house, would you sit down first and do what? And plan. For if you fail to plan, and planning is now our responsibility. If you fail to plan, you will not complete the building. And anybody that sees you will mock you because you have failed to do your responsibility. So why people find it difficult to plan? It is because there is a responsibility they have to play. They have to shift that responsibility from God to themselves. So God said people will mock you, they will not mock God. They will mock you for starting a project that you never complete. Why? Lack of planning. And that planning is self-responsibility, not on God any longer.
Oh, so God wants us to take action before his blessings come, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So how can poor planning, my question is, how can poor planning turn God's good intentions into repeated struggling? How?
Okay. So poor planning, let me put in a practical way. I've paid for a product for you at a shopping mall.
Okay.
Let's take it that is God's grace or God's permission for us.
Mm,
And then instead of me to move to the shop and claim that is responsibility, the product God already paid for, somebody already paid for, I sat at home and complaining. So this good will not, it will not come to me. This good will not be delivered to me. So I'm still lacking this thing. That is poor planning. As part of my planning, which is my responsibility, is to take an action, go to the shop, present myself, present if there's any evidence, present it and said, this is the evidence, this have been paid for. I am the owner of this product. Then I'm delivered to. I failed to do that. So anytime God blesses your action or God supported you to do something good, it is like an evidence. And you must take that evidence now to work. And said, clothing business. God has permitted me to do this. Here is my action. Let me go to the cities, buy some few of them, begin to go around from friends to friends, showcasing the product. Then people get to know that this is what God blessed for me. Once I did not move to show my evidence to the shopkeepers, my goods that have been paid for will remain at the shop, and I'll be in lack and complain that God failed to answer my prayers.
So you have mentioned the word failure. And when we fail, we become overwhelmed, we become frustrated, we become discouraged, we question God's existence. How can we start from here? How can we start doing the right thing? How can we start planning after failure?
You have to write your plans down.
Okay.
You see, many times we keep our plans only in our mind. But once you put the plan on paper, it becomes clearer. Habakkuk chapter 2, the verse 2. With your permission. Habakkuk chapter 2, the verse 2. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, the verse 2, make us know clearly why it is good to plan and why it is necessary for us to document our plans down. So chapter 2, the verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that read it. Amen.
Amen.
What this means is that Habakkuk was very confused. He had a challenge in his life. There was a failure in Israel. He had been complaining about it. He asked God several questions. He said, I stand, verse 1 says, I stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me. What God will say unto you is the idea. What God will say into you is your vision. What God will say into you is your dream. So, and I will wait and see what you say upon me, and what I shall receive as an answer. Then verse 2 says that, and the Lord answered and said, write the vision. Whatever I am telling you, write it down. Make it plain upon the tables, that you may run with it even as you read. What it means is that when it is visible, you can run with it. Let me give you a practical example. When I finished teacher training college, I wanted to further my education, to do my first degree, knowing very well where I am coming from, my background. Because I struggled before I went to a teacher training college. I remember my family helped me so much. But once they pay my admission fee for me, and I struggled to put my pieces together, and I got to teacher training college, by then they have been paying us allowance. Since then, I've ceased to receive anything from my parents and from my sponsors. I began to use the little allowance they gave us. So when finally I completed, I can go back to my parents at that age of mine, now trained as a teacher, and said I want to further my education. So I thought of what to do. Am I going to do a regular program? Will I get steady leave with pay? If I go without pay, can I? Will I do distance learning? Then I carry myself back to teacher training college compound and I approached a number of my tutors. I went to them. Please, I want to further my education. This is my background. Please advise me. Should I go by distance? What are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? Can I go by steadily without pay? Will be the consequences? Can I go steadily with pay? What are the steps? I moved from one lecturer to the other. All they told me, I return home. I document them. Dr. So and so say this. These are the way. These are the dooms. These are the dumb. These are the possible failures. These are the possible consequences. I put that one down. Dr. So and so told me this. He said this and that and that. I document it down. Now I sit down, then I begin to cancel. This one is applicable to me. This one is not applicable to me. Because of where I come from, though good advice from doctor, I can use this one. Because of this, I can use this one. So I narrow the information I gathered to suit my condition. So everybody who think you have failed or you are stuck at a place, after you gather the information, write them down. Begin to tick some. Begin to cancel some. So eventually, I didn't go to campus direct to offer my first degree. Many people are not aware. I go for distance learning. Now, the distance learning, where I was teaching, I have to choose either to do it at Hohwe in the Volta region or do it in Ho, the regional capital of Volta region. I took pen, I calculated how much TNT to cost me from my current station to Ho, and how much TNT to cost me from my current station to Hohwe, and how long the Hohwe course will take me, and how long the whole course will take me. Now, I ask again myself on paper. So in case I go to Hohwe and I could not return, and it is a Saturday and Sunday program, where will I sleep? Do I have anybody? I think no. I don't know anybody in Hohwe. Then I come to Ho. Do I have anybody? Yes, I have some family members. And my village too is not far from Ho. So I'm encouraging myself. If I close from lectures and I don't have any place to stay, I'll walk home. About 1.5 hours to 2 hours walking, I'll definitely go home and return the next day for lectures. So once you write your visions down, you begin to tick, cancel, remove, add. It becomes easier. That's what the Bible is saying, that write the vision and make it plain. Many people are only keeping their visions, their plans in their mind. In fact, if you ask them to tell you vividly, it is difficult to recollect, because what inspired them at that point in time to have that plan may change along the way. They may forget. But once you write it down, it is legible. You can now add more, remove more, and you can now run with it better than keeping it in your mind. So everybody who think he has failed or stuck should write whatever you want to do down.
Those who are watching, are you learning something? Those who are watching, please write in the comment section what you have learned so far. Oh, Joshua, it's like you are talking to me directly. But let me ask this question, because the Bible talk about writing your dreams down. You've also made us know of some of your personal experiences where you were gathering information and those informations were put on paper. You were doing addition, subtraction, saying this person gave you a good counsel, but it may not help you based on your background. What are some of the common mistakes we are likely to make when writing some of these dreams on paper?
Number one,
Okay.
copying what we call attraction instead of doing your assignment. I've seen my friend doing this. Let me write it down and do as well. It's called copying attraction. There are 2A, attraction and assignment. Attraction is what you are copying from your friend to do. Your assignment is what you are created to do. So once you say, okay, Pastor Joshua have started a school. How? Look at the way he's presenting his idea. I also start school. Is that your assignment? Or is your attraction? You are attracted to what I'm saying. So, in as much as you must write your plans down, you must write your assignment, not attraction, copying from other people. That is a very serious mistake we can do during writing our visions down. Looking at people who are doing very well, they begin to copy what they are doing without looking at it, whether that is your assignment, whether you are good at that, whether you have the capacity to do that, whether you have the skill to do that. There are many things I do, people praise me of, but I can tell you all my things run around only one center. There are a lot of things I cannot do. There are a lot of things I cannot do. A lot of them. I know my assignment, what God wired me for, what God created me for. I know. The other things, when I see it, I only congratulate others who are doing it and say, hey, brother, you are doing well. More grace to your elbow. If I try it, I'll fail because I know myself.
Oh my, oh my. Joshua. This discussion is purely practical, man. This is practical discussion. But you have said something. You said if you have not written your plans on paper, sometimes when somebody asks you, you may not be able to even tell the person your plan. Number two, sometimes you may even decide not to do that again. Based on what you said, my question is, what role does time management play in planning to becoming?
All right. So time management, I'll corner it to timing. There is always a time for a particular thing to happen in your life. Bible let us know in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, the verse 1 onwards, that there's time for everything. So timing is very key. Let me give you another practical example. Maybe I want to do construction work. You know, construction involve muzzle work. If you are going to be a mason or being in quote laborer, we virtually call them laborer, though everybody's a laborer, but those who assist the mason to do their work. All this work need muzzles. So if you wait until 60, they now say, God called me to be a mason. Your timing is wrong. You may not have the energy to carry the block any longer. You will not have the energy to push the wheelbarrow full of sand any longer. So timing is very key. Once you have a vision, your plan, you must check and see if that's the right time for you. How do you get to know whether this is the right time? I know maybe that will be a follow-up question. That is where communication with your maker is key. He made you. He have the assignment for your life. He know when something must happen. So once you plan, never let go the God factor. Constantly go back to the maker. Constantly go back to the maker and ask him, what next? When should I do this? If you depend on your own wisdom, you will fail. If you depend on your own wisdom, you will fail. You see, Jesus Christ came to the world. He came to a point that people said, let's make you a king. He said, no. But will Jesus Christ never become a king? Yes, you will. But at that time, he didn't come as a king. He came as a human being to be sacrificed for you and myself. Now that he died on the cross and go to heaven, he's a king. So your timing is very key. If Jesus Christ were not to know why he came on earth, you will have allowed him to be made a king at age 15, and he will mess up miserably, and he will complain that God failed him from sending him to the earth. So the God factor, to know me your timing in life, is key and very necessary.
Before I ask a different question,
Mm,
let me just ask a question based on one of the things you said. You said there are things that you do, people acknowledge it,
mm,
but there are things you can't do. So when people do them, you only tell them congratulations because you know very
mm,
well that if you want to try that, you fail.
mm.
See, that statement is a big one. So when he said it, you realize I was smiling. That statement is a big one.
Okay.
Even though it may deviate a bit, I want to ask a question on that. If possible, I'll bring you back to this page for a discussion on this. But how can we know ourselves so that when we are planning or our minds, our good intentions will not tell us to do this, and at the end of the day, it will become a bad intention? Just give me a brief information on that before I ask a different question.
Okay. Um, this is a very interesting topic. And then I remembered teaching on this some time ago.
Okay,
I remember teaching on this. So it will be a whole topic on its own.
exactly.
To
But
know your
just give me
strength.
something brief before, because you said something like that. That's why.
All right. All right. To know what you are wired to do, you must check and what am I good at? What am I good at?
Mm,
What can I do without struggling? There are some things you can do without struggling. That is your assignment. What do you have passion for? What can you do even when you're not paid? You are happy doing it. Passion. There are key factors to determine your assignment so that you don't copy attraction instead of you're doing your assignment. So there are some things, basically, you love doing it. You do it 101 times, even if you're not paid, you're happy. God wired you and created you for that. There are some things you do with ease without struggling. In fact, okay, I don't want to give a personal example for now, but these are some few things that you can do to check and know that these are the assignments and these are the things you are good at because you do them with ease. Another one is this: others will watch you and tell you, hey, the way you are working, I think you'll be a good footballer. So recommendation from other people as well. Oh, the way you are behaving, I think you'll be a good marketer. I tell people, those that can lie, those that can take one message from one point, manipulate it, add, remove, and send it to another person is a good marketer. They are wired as a marketer. If they can gossip, carry an information from one point to another place, that's a good marketing skill. God have wired them to be a marketer.
Oh, well, let me ask this question. Mostly, a lot of us have done certain things and we fail and want to start all over. How can we plan around our goals, considering our income? Or how can we plan around our income, considering our debts, our responsibilities, and saving at the same time?
All right. So planning around our goal, our responsibility, and then our income.
Hmm.
Many times, many people wanted to start very big, but that is wrong.
Hmm.
You must dream big, then you start small.
Hmm.
I already told you, it's part of my vision that where I am seated now, making this education, is one of the places where in future I'll have an university.
Hmm.
But for now, what is lying down here now is a basic school. So if I said, okay, let me go and borrow big money, or let me save 90% of my salary so that I can build university from the scratch, I'll fail along the way because my capacity will not equate the dream I have. So you start small, but you dream big. So you don't save 90% of your salary because you have a dream. You have bills to pay. You have responsibilities to perform. So you save a little. I will not give any quota, but you save a little that you can still perform other responsibilities. Then you start also small. I've given an example of somebody who want to deal with in used clothing, and you may need 10,000 to go for a bail. Why not you start with 3-4 used clothing from somebody which is lowest cost, which may not even demand any saving by marketing yourself. So you don't always necessarily need saving to even start a business. I think this is a very strong point I am making now. You don't necessarily need saving to even start a business, to start your dream. Let me give you a practical example. You want to deal in, there is a dress in Ghana that we call batakali that they use kente to weave. Maybe you want to go into that business. You don't have money. You may not necessarily need to save money. Go and buy the batakali and sell. All you needed is this. You know the person who weave the batakali, become friend of him, let him know that you are interested in what he's doing. You can even take one with him, take a picture, post on social media, send it to your friends, and let them know that if you want to buy batakali, contact me. At the end of the day, your friend will contact you. You get a price from the producer, increase it a bit, take the money from your friend, go to the producer, buy it, pay him, take the goods, keep the rest of the money, and then deliver the goods. You don't necessarily need to save to start batakali business. You must do connection. Be the betweener of the producer and then the consumer. Once you do that, you are fine to go.
You have just spoken about something. Business, you don't need enough money to do this and that. What are some of the planning skills that people need, especially the young people, to be successful at what they want to do?
Thank you so much for that question. If you talk about planning needs that you need,
planning skills. Because you have made references to not necessarily saving, not necessarily having money to start a business. And there are so many things you can do. You don't necessarily need enough money. That's why I'm asking, what are some of the planning skills that we need as young people to
one,
become
your
successful, to
credibility.
be able to execute our dreams successfully?
Your credibility. Who are you? Your credibility. If you present yourself to a shopkeeper that you, this is you, would they accept you? How do you behave in town? Can people trust you with little? You must be credible enough that people can trust you. So I give a practical example to people in my church that you don't need a lot of money to start businesses. Go to the market on market days, okay, and then befriend somebody who have a goods to sell. Day one, he doesn't know you. You can be around and call the past buyers that you have these goods here to buy. Take those past buyers to that new friend to buy goods from. They negotiate, they buy, the person go. You stand at the roadside again, bring other past buyers to buy a goods. Once you are doing that, you are building your credibility. Now, you can move from that stage Now the person knows you that, oh, you don't come there to do any scam. You actually bring people who comes to bargain with me personally. They buy the goods, they pay me, and they go. Now you can move from there by standing with him. I'm still talking about credibility. How to build good credibility. You now stand with him, others come, you try to bargain with them according to the specification of the person that's your new friend. Now he can trust you a bit. Okay, you tell him the price. You do that. From there, he can now even give you some of the goods. Go around the markets and sell this one and come. You are building credibility. He give you this, you come back, you make account properly. Now, from that stage, he can even say, okay, do you know something? Keep this good till the next market day and sell around. You do that, the next market day, you come and give good account. Then from there, he can even tell you, let me take you to where I will buy these things from. I'll guarantee that they can even credit it to you because I know you. So credibility matters. Who you are matters. You are a young guy, listen to me. You are a young lady, listen to me. You want somebody to help you, yet you cannot be trusted with little things. So credibility, my brother, is a key factor you need to trade without necessarily saving money and going for what you want to do.
Okay, thank you. Let me now pay attention to our folks who are watching and they are dropping their comments and listen. There is a question from someone, as Travel Godwin. He says, "There's nothing I'm passionate about. What would be my case of wiring?" He's asking. He's not passionate about anything. What do you think he may be destined to do, as he's not passionate about anything? Nothing entices him, or he's not, perhaps not good at doing anything. Let me put it that way.
You can ask friends, what do you think I do best? Sorry.
Okay.
Friends can help you. Oh, when we see you last time you were singing whilst passing by, I've realized that you have a nice voice. You say, hey, really? I thought I never have any voice. So a friend, people who live around you will be one of the people who can give you things to do.
Okay.
So friends,
Someone,
yeah.
Miss Jufle Alfred, he said, great piece of advice. How to gather information at the planning stage.
Okay, that's a question.
Well, it seems like, I don't know if it's a question or he just acknowledging the way you have indicated from the beginning that we need to gather information. But if you have something to add to that, I think you can.
Yeah. So how to gather information? Yes, you must know what you want to do and who is doing that.
Okay.
Go to him boldly and say, I am this. I want to do this and that, yet I don't know how to do it. Can I be your mentee? Can I be your servant? Can I render any errands for you? Can I hang around your area? Is there any duty? Is there any responsibility around that I can occupy for you? Once you do that, you are gathering information. You must not necessarily go and say, hey, teach me this. No, present yourself. Let me give you another practical example here. I listened to this recently from somebody. He was teaching people how to get a job even when there's no vacancy. He said, dress properly, smartly. Go to the office. You may meet the reception. Tell him, I am Jacob. I want to see the manager. When you talk boldly this way, he will allow you. But if you say, good morning, I am here. I am called Jacob. I was passing by and I want to come and ask whether there's a job or whether I can see the manager. You are not serious. Nobody will take you serious. Go straight. Go to the counter. Tell him, I'm Joshua. Good afternoon, I'm Joshua. Please, I want to see the manager. Then he sees the confidence in you. In some instance, he do not ask you whether you book appointment with him. They'll take you direct to him. Then when you get to the manager, you now tell the manager, I am Kofi Mensah. I am good at this and that and that. Give me an opportunity. Even Don't put me on salary. Test me for 1 month whether I can solve your problem for you. I tell you, the manager will look into your face and say, these are the kind of people I want. So that is one way to gather information. By so doing, you'll be able to know what you don't know, rendering your services free of charge or at a peanut. When you hang around in doing that, then you can gather information.
Thank you. You said something. I said this before, but let me say it. I want to use this opportunity to thank Pastor Takbovi in Pando and all
All
those
right.
people who handle Miracle Preparatory School in Pando. You know, based on what you have said, I posted this on Facebook before. When I was going through challenging moments and my salary was absolutely nothing to write home about. And when I was in Gabi, I was teaching BDT at that time, BDT Home Economics from Form 1 to Form 3, A and B.
Okay.
I went to Miracle Preparatory School one day. You know, I did mathematics during my degree level. So I went to the school and I met the headmistress then. And I told her that I did degree in mathematics, but unfortunately in Gabi, I wasn't teaching mathematics, I was teaching BDT. So, like,
Okay.
I'm forgetting the content, the formula and all those things. So I just want to be rendering a free service to them. I just want to be teaching. They should give me one class that I'll be doing part-time. I'll come once in a while to just teach as a way of recapping what I knew or what I was taught in this at the university. So within some few days, the headmistress reached out to me and said, "Well, I can come and be handling mathematics in Form 1 and Form 3." And I said,
Okay.
okay, I presented myself. I started, and the second month, they sent me an envelope. It was 400 CDs in the envelope. They said they've seen my effort, they just want to appreciate me. And I went to the headmistress. I said, no, I wanted to just present myself. They said, no, they have seen what I'm doing. So I
Yeah.
went to Mr. Pastor Tagovi to say thank to him. In some of the months, to be sincere, some of the months, they even gave me 800 Ghana cedis.
Then,
They have never given me less than 400 cedis before. It's Madam Sika who has been sending me the money. Sometimes she sends the money to my mobile money. Sometimes she sends this in the envelope to my house. I posted on this page and I really acknowledge them for what they have done because those monies really saved me. I
okay.
posted on this page and I told people that sometimes you need to stand for opportunities to see you. If I had gone to Miracle Preparatory School that I needed a job, they might tell me that they don't have anybody, they don't have vacancy for teachers. But I presented
Yeah.
myself and they really, really helped me. So what you said,
Yeah.
I'm just saying this thing to add to what they said. See, see, Bosco, see, this is what somebody say, Bosco, this man is one of my boss. See, Bosco, you said, I will read this one. Bosco is my boss. He's my boss. So let me read what other people are also saying. Now, someone is saying, Albert Amuako said, what he's saying are practical. You gave some examples, and so Biga said, great presentation. Daniel Godwin said he's inspired. Um Someone said, hey, Viuga is very intelligent. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Now, Mr. Fenuku, we are talking about planning, praying, and all those things. My question is, how can we adjust ourselves? How can we adjust ourselves when we gather the information and we are becoming, putting the information into action? Sometimes there are life shocks, things will happen that the way your plan started, your action started moving smoothly, there'll be challenges. How can we adjust ourselves? when some of these shocks begin to hit us?
All right. Thanks so much for that question.
Okay.
The first thing we must know is that failure or
Mm,
challenges
mm,
or shocks, they are all part of life. You
mm,
must make up your mind the very day you have put in an action to do something.
okay.
If you don't make up your mind that I can fail, something may hit me, there will be a challenge on the way. When it happens, you will think that the only way that's the worst thing that have happened to you.
Mm,
However, failure
mm,
is part of life. Challenges is part of life.
mm,
Difficulties are part of life. So mindset is the first thing. Mindset. Have a mindset that you will not just succeed. You must pass through failure to succeed. You must pass through challenges to succeed. You must pass through difficulties to succeed. So when they come, you look around and see how can I move on. Let me use water as an example. If
okay.
the water is flowing, then something begin to block the path of the water that is flowing on the ground. You find other means to go around. You either go around the thing or stop for a while, get another path and move on. So water made up its mind that blockade will definitely be on his path as he move on in life. So your
Mm,
mindset is the first thing. You will never arrive without challenges. In fact, anyone who arrive without ever failing, without ever facing any challenges, cannot be trusted. The person must be feared because the very day you face a challenge, he can never rise up any longer. So anyone
wow.
that succeed have gone through enough failure, enough challenges, enough difficulties. So our mindset to make up our mind that what I am doing now, there'll be challenges. What I'm doing now, there'll be difficulties. What I'm doing now, there will be failures on the way. Once you made up your mind, when they come, it's no more a shock. It is part of your journey.
Well, okay. Let me say this. You know, you and I, we attended the same senior high school. You remember?
I remember I was your junior. You have been punishing me.
Oh, no, no. No. You know, everybody knows me that I don't punish. We attended the same school.
That is just by the
Now,
way.
yeah, we we completed senior high school for years ago. We
Yeah.
completed training college years ago. We've been working years now.
Mm.
We have failed, as you indicated that people who have not failed, blah blah blah. What is the role of patience? What is the role of patience in planning that ensures that our long-term goals will be achieved? Because a lot of us have already failed. We are approaching 40, some are approaching 50. The fear of the future is actually haunting us. So, what role would patience play in planning to ensure that our long-term goals will be achieved?
Okay, thank you. That is a very sensitive question and a very important one.
Mm,
Now, patience, as you rightly put it, it is a way of allowing you to grow.
mhm,
One, it's allowing you to grow. So
mm,
real success develop stage by stage.
okay.
When you get to a stage, then there is a difficulty. When you are waiting, you are learning,
Mm,
you are growing. Two, another role that patience can play is persistence. It's teaching you persistence. So patience prevents us from making mistakes out of pressure.
mm,
Because of the pressure you are having, you want to do it at all costs, you want to do it at all costs. No, you have to relax a bit. Look
mm,
around. What is not working well? What am I not doing well? What is giving me the challenge? Is it from me? Is it from the society? Is it from nature? They look at all those things. Patience keeps us working even when progress is slow. To be patient doesn't mean you should stop. It just means that you should be slow Then you look around and see what is working, what is not working, what is costing my failure. So if you give a scenario about age, okay, I wanted to build a house before this age, and I could see that I'm already catch up with time. You set up that time for yourself. Nobody set that time for you. So when you're facing challenges along the way, it's teaching you that you don't make mistakes. Because you could rush in, take a loan that will put pressure on the family. You end up dying and leaving the project because of the pressure of the loan. So once you have challenges, patience teach you to learn better. Patience is teaching you to keep on moving, but at a slow pace. And patience also teaching you that life success comes in stages. Comes in stages. So pat your back at the level you are with the challenges you have and say, oh, I've done this. I'm doing well. I can do better.
Okay. The way you are raising the points, you are bringing in a lot of things. If I want to be asking questions on this, I think we'll continue till tomorrow. But let me ask two questions before maybe we call it a day, because it's already 16 minutes here. A lot of us, when we are hit with challenges in life, we have been thinking. A lot of us actually overthink. I don't know what people normally think about, but is there any similarities or are there differences in planning and overthinking?
All right. There are two things you can use your mind to do.
Okay.
You can use your mind to think.
Mm.
You can use your mind to worry. Thinking is solving your problem. Worrying is magnifying your problem. So if you say think as you have said it, that thinking, I want to believe you are putting it in the context at which I'm coming from. That once you are thinking, it doesn't mean you are worrying. Thinking is finding a way to solve your problem. Worrying is making your problem big in your face. There are many people who are not thinking. They are rather worrying.
Okay. Wow. You see, Bosco gave some this thing, same account here based on what I said. He said he was teaching statistics in Form 1 class. Then his principal actually sent, or the headmaster sent his secretary to come and call him. When he went, the principal said his daughter is at Kita school, so he wants him to be teaching the daughter mathematics so that the daughter could teach. So that the daughter could write NOVDEC. He said I should guess the result. What I'm trying to say is that you have already made reference to this. Sometimes we should offer ourselves. We should just offer ourselves to help. Once you are willing to help, opportunities will come. Chances will be created. Okay. Now, you said, Bosco is saying that this man is speaking to our inner self. Wow, thank you. Rex said, what did Rex said here? Oh, this is very educative. Thank you, Rex. Oh, Bosco, he said I should be reading your comments. Queen Kali says, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. Sefaj is saying, very educative program. Keep on enlightening us. God bless you guys. Amen. And bless you too. Okay, my brother, let me ask another question.
Okay, so before you come in, don't forget to give me the opportunity to walk our viewers through some of the areas that need planning in our life before we end the show.
Okay. Now, okay, you walk us through that before I ask my question. What are the areas that we need planning in our lives?
All right. So I can categorize them into 10. One,
Okay.
spiritual life.
Okay.
Are you ready to give account of your life?
Okay.
Would your account be accepted or rejected?
Okay.
So you must plan your spiritual life, because one day God will call you home. You'll be asked an account.
Okay.
Are you ready for with the account? Will the account be accepted or rejected? Two, you must also plan for your family and relationship. Are you building a relationship that will outlive your achievements? Are you building a relationship that will outlive your achievement? There are some people who have built things yet have no relationship with people. Once they die, everybody forget about them. You must plan your family life and your relationship. Three, your health. The most neglected area, your health. You must plan for your health, your physical health and your mental health, your psychological health, every aspect of your health. You must ask yourself this question: what am I doing daily that is gradually strengthening me or weakening my body and my mind? There are some things some people are doing every day and it is strengthening them. Others are also doing some things every day and it is weakening them. You must plan for your health. Another area of life worth planning is your career. Is your current job or work preparing you to move from struggling to surviving and to succeeding? Let me repeat myself. When you're planning for your career, you must ask yourself, is your current job or work preparing you to move from struggling, because it's normal to struggle, then you move from struggling to surviving, then you move from surviving to succeeding, then you move from succeeding to significance, or the work is only keeping you busy? Number 5 area of your life is your business and entrepreneurship. You must ask this question yourself when you are planning. Is my business, if my business stop today, do I have a system or a means to keep moving? You must plan for it, because your business can stop today. Number 6 area that you need to plan for is your finances. Am I having a spending habit that reflects my values and visions, or it reflects my impulses and my pressure? Because you have a pressure with this and that, you spend money. You must plan that your finances spending habit will reflect your values, will reflect your vision. It must not reflect impulses or pressure from people or from problems. Then the 7th area you must plan for is technology. Is technology working for your purpose, or you are unconsciously working for technology? You spent all your money on data. You didn't get anything knowledge. You didn't get any knowledge. You didn't get any skill. You didn't get anything. You just happy yourself. So technology must work for your purpose. It must not, you must not be working for technology. People buy data, buy call, credit, and enriching somebody's account, and they themselves are becoming poorer. The 8th area you need to plan for is security. If crisis occur today, are you prepared, or you are merely hoping that it will happen? If crisis occur today, if there's an fire something in your home today, do you have fire extinguisher? That's a crisis. Are you prepared for it, or you're just hoping nothing will happen? Oh, nothing will happen. The 9th area you must plan for is your personal development. Personal development. What skill or mindset am I mastering now to avoid becoming outdated in my field? What skill or mindset am I mastering to avoid me becoming outdated in my field? Because you can be outdated in your field, you no more be needed in your field. The information you have become an cake. Then the last area, that is community and social impacts. The way you are living your life now. If everybody live like that in your home, in your community, in your country, will the country, community, home become better or it will become worse? Never forget to make an impact in this world, because what let me repackage it, because your significance in life will determine your impacts. Thank you so much. These are some of the 10 areas you need to pay attention to when you are doing planning, and
I
the
love
questions you need to ask yourself.
I love it. I love it. Someone asked a question before I take your final thought. Someone asked a question. Rex is saying, looking at the kinds of friends we have now, is it always okay to seek views from friends to ascertain what you are good at? Some friends can be very deceptive.
The Bible say, keeping many friends is dangerous, but there are friends that stick to people more than their brother. Brother, don't allow your friends to choose you. Choose your friends. Once you choose your friends, you know who to seek advice from. But if you make them to choose you, you think they are your friends, yet they are not.
Okay. Mr. Fenuku, let me take your final thought. Today is 21st December. On 31st, there'll be church services all over Ghana, all over Africa, and all over the world to usher us into the new year, 1st January 2026. What will be your message to us as we run up December 2025 and ushering ourselves to January 2026, so that our January 2026 will be a successful year? Not just successful, but year that we begin to see progress in our lives.
There are three things, and I'll put these three things in a statement:
Okay.
faith, plan, and action. So let me put these three things in a nice statement.
Okay.
A true faith thinks, plans, and acts. Let me repeat myself. A true faith, if you have faith in something,
Mm,
it must help you to think,
mm,
it must help you to plan, it must help you to act. So as we are entering into 2026, let your faith help you to think, let your faith help you to plan, let your faith help you to take action. When faith is guided by wisdom, hope becomes purposeful, and risk become a pathway to progress, not regret. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance to all viewers and yourself. Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you so much. This has been an insightful discussion. This is an insightful discussion, and I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate you for all the wisdom that you have shared with us. God bless you. And I can assure you that in 2026, we'll begin to see action. I'll be sending you testimony from our friends, our lovely family members, people that we come across. All those who come across this video, they'll be sending testimonies and I'll share them with you. And I can guarantee that the 1 hour, 29 minutes that we have spent, it's not a wasted time. We have actually made impact in the lives of people. To everyone watching now and to those who come and watch later, let's put these things into action. All that Mr. Fenuku was saying, that he started extra classes because he wanted to have a school, he wanted to have a university. I can tell you that Mr. Fenuku is not better than any of you. Just that everybody is unique. Once you've been able to identify what you want to do, you plan, put the information into action. I made a video last time and I said that if knowing alone is enough, everybody should have been successful now. Because all of us, we have the information. Mr. Fenuku and I completed senior high school, we completed training college, we completed university. Some of you have master's degree, some of you have PhD. You have all the information in this world. Don't just keep the information in your mind. Plan, write the information on paper. Put those information into action. Put it into action. Fenuku and I, we used to meet in Pando Town, most especially in the evening from 7 p.m. to 8. When I return from my extra classes moves, I meet him. We're doing extra classes. I never knew that he was doing that with the intention of setting up a school. It's part of the plan. If you don't plan your life, you are risking your future. Let's plan and put it into action. Mr. Penuku also made us know that we need to discipline ourselves. Let's discipline ourselves. If you want to do something, make sure you do it. You will feel uncomfortable. Situations will make it so challenging for you. But you need to have your mind, you need to be focused on the bigger picture. And let's push it through. It's difficult to save, but it is more dangerous not to save. Let's consider our future. Let's consider our kids. And let's consider what happens after our retirement. May God be with you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Don't forget, decisions decide destiny. Enjoy the rest of your someone is saying, let me see, someone just dropped a question. Bosco is saying that his church will be lovely. Yes, he's a pastor of Pleasant Place Church in Pando. So Bosco, anytime you are spending a weekend in Pando, please go to Pleasant Place Church in Pando Conta near the filling station, the gas filling station. Just visit there and your life will never be the same. Queen Kalin is saying his radio programs too. Yeah, his radio program is on Sundays on Akpini Radio. I don't know, Mr. Fanuku, which time do you have your radio program on Akpini on Sunday?
7:30 to around 8:30.
Okay,
Every Sunday,
every Sunday from 7:30
Ghana
to
time.
8:30. Yes. So for me, that has been the church I've been attending on every Sunday. Today, I was part of your church on Akpini Radio, and I heard all those things that you were saying. It was around 3 a.m. here. Every day, I have to struggle to be able to wake up to catch you up on Facebook.
So you must send your offerings.
Don't worry,
You must
don't
send your
worry.
offerings.
It's part of the planning. It's on my plan. I'm going to send it. If
That's
to
why.
be sincere with you, one thing I love about your program is that it's not coming to preach. For most of us, we are tired of preaching. God is going to do. We are tired. Those things are not making any impact in our lives. I like the fact that your program is not about preaching, it's about teaching. You see, these things that you have taught us, this is what we need. Teaching, tell us things that we need to do before God will bless us. Because even in what you have shared with us, you told us that if you have the intention and you didn't put it into action, God will not bless you. So we want our pastors. I haven't been to any Muslim church before, but our imams should be teaching us in areas that we need to do well so that God will bless us. And I think you are doing well. And I love that so well. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.